Mining is often left out of conversations about sustainable development, but a dedicated group of people is working to ensure that the impacts of mining are reduced and that the benefits are shared.
Sustainability and mining, this is a controversial thing. Like mining company, like we use that. They say mining sustainably, sustainability and mining, but we know that those two words don't go together because mining on its own is not sustainable.
Mining is mostly non-renewable, and we have to move towards renewable sectors. So this transformation is aimed at getting all the value you can get out of mining. And how do you do that? By a strong institutional framework, by getting experts to help you set up and help you get along the way and make that change and make that transformation towards sustainable development.
The purpose of the mining policy framework is to come into the country, work with the local government, understand what their policy, laws, regulations are.
It's going into a country at their request and trying to understand how their mining laws and policies measure up to international best practices laid out in the mining policy framework.
We're able to work with the government and identify where they can really achieve benefits, for example, on socioeconomic benefit optimization, how they can improve the economic benefits of the mining sector, how can they improve environmental protection, areas such as biodiversity, where they can improve on their mining laws in terms of taxes and royalties.
We need all these assessments done, all these surveys done, and we really need it for the sustainable development to know what can we do, how can we go further, what should we change now in order to have it continued for the coming years, for our children's children, or what should we stop now. So it's important for us to know what is happening, how can we really help, and what do we have to do that? Because the mining sector is now booming, but it will not be booming 20 or 40 years from now. We don't know. We don't know exactly how much we have left.
You have to know where you stand. So I would really encourage every member to look at the research until now of this assessment, to use it as a tool, and to really to grab the opportunity to undergo this assessment. It's not an assessment where things will be put on top of your head. No, it's your own assessment, you're part of it, your society's part of it.
We undertake the assessment, but then we come back and provide training and capacity building to help the country improve its performance over time.
It's technical support. It's essentially looking at how we can address the issues that have been raised during the assessment process. So we'll take the assessment, we'll work with the government to see where their needs are greatest, where they would like technical support, where they would like capacity building, and then we bring together the right experts to do that.
This is one of the bigger tools that we need to write our mining policy, to really contribute as well to the revision of our mining law.
Reforming the mining sector isn't just good for economy and for society, it's also good for mining companies.
Having a transparent government system or a transparent regulatory system is important for business. It makes things easy for us to work. We know the limits, the boundaries, our responsibilities very well understood, the stakeholders' responsibilities are understood, and the government responsibilities are understood. If there are gaps, we can sit across the table, sort out that, and start working for the objective on which the company's foundations have been laid on.
We have seen that a lot is lacking. A lot of rules, regulations, just some simple things that has to be done that have not been done before. I would like to see a well-behaved mining sector, that everybody knows the rules, that we also know what we have done with our mining sector and how we have benefited from it as a country. How much have we benefited from it? What was the really economic benefit for us after looking at it, and how we will continue. Is there a continuation plan? Is there a rehabilitation plan? Can we do more on the grounds that have been already mined?
We need to broaden the basis of people's livelihoods. We need to make sure that other activities are being developed out of mining.
I think that if country wants to leverage mining for sustainable development, they have to design that in the beginning of the mine. They have to ensure that in the contract or in the process of designing the mine, they have to agree with parties that there will be a fund developed and that fund will be invested in sustainable aspects of the development of that country. So if a country is good in agriculture, you invest in agriculture. You invest in green energy. You invest in aspects that you know that when the mine is not there anymore, these things can generate income.
We often see it as having this abundance in riches in the ground, and that's it. This needs to be managed. And the management starts with good legislation.
How to make sure that the mine is being operated and run in an environmental responsibility, but also responsibly with regard to mankind, to people.
Everything is driven by the legacy that you want to leave behind.
So the IGF is really about countries coming together to recognize that the mineral sector can make a positive contribution to sustainable development and poverty alleviation, and working together to promote that goal.
Have the experts of IGF come in, have them work with you, be as transparent as possible to help them to tailor-make something for you as a member country that will help you create the spin-off that your people so desperately deserve.